Sir, thank you. Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
It's the JR Show from Studio 99 at the American General Media Complex. On air at News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Online at kernradio.com.
Let's go!
Now, here is your host, JR.
Top of the day, team. This is the JR Show. I am your host, JR Flores. You're listening to Kern Radio. Check us out online at kernradio.com. You can download the Kern Radio app to your smart device and take us anywhere you go. Plus, we're also streaming live on YouTube. That's right. Head over to YouTube right now. Search up Kern Radio, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and come along with us every single day. Watch us in all of our glory at 2:05. We are broadcasting live from the Kern Radio studios, powered by Adaptive Networks. It worked, Chris. For all your IT needs, call Adaptive Networks 661-241-0638. That's 661-241-0638. Adaptive Networks. They help us stay online. They can help you too. Locally owned.
I have no idea.
Yeah, no. If you're not watching on YouTube, you have no idea what you just missed. And I hope Jen was watching and she saw that. If not, I'll clip it and send it to her. But we got a new sign. For those that watch on YouTube, probably saw it light up behind me. But we got a new Adaptive Network sign going on in the background. So thank you to Adaptive Networks and the fine folks over there. Family owned and operated, locally owned. And so always support local. Got a great show for you lined up today. It's a Friday, so we got to be talking about faith, right? Jim Wheeler. He is with Flood Ministries. He reached out to me yesterday during the show and after the show, and we had a little conversation, and he's agreed to come on today, and we're going to discuss what we've been discussing not only this week, not only since the last city council meeting when Councilman Zach Bashir-Tash made his statements. And it's a conversation I've been having for, goodness, it feels like at least half a decade, if not longer, pre-COVID even. And so this isn't anything new for me as far as having discussions on homelessness, what the issues are and what we need to do to try to solve them. And now, and KBAK, Bakersfield Now, they put out their little story with Zach's, video, and city councilman receives backlash. But then you read the comments, and more than 50% of the comments are supporting Zach. So it's like, okay, but who's the ones that are actually upset? And so Jim Wheeler heard the show yesterday, or at least I assume that he heard the show yesterday, and reached out to me, and he's agreed to come on. We'll talk to Jim Wheeler. He runs Flood Ministries. They're an outreach group. They're out in the streets every single day, seeing what's going on with the issue. So we'll try to break down exactly what Flood does, what they see, and what some of the solutions are that are working, not working, and what more can be done. We'll have that discussion with Mr. Wheeler here coming up in just a second after the break. We're also going to discuss love here in a second, because tomorrow is Valentine's Day. But I saw a sign walking into my daughter's school yesterday, and it said, love is not 2/14. Well, it said love is not February 14th, but I'm changing it because mine sounds better, not to up one the school, but they said February 14th isn't love. 3/16 is. And I said, well, you should just say 2/14 isn't love, 3/16 is. So we'll discuss love here in a second, according to the Bible at least, and how we can apply that in our daily lives, plus some bills up in the state Senate trying to actually strengthen some DUI laws. I'll tell you about those as well later in the show. And ladies, I need your help. Call in, text. What do y'all really want for Valentine's Day? I know it's late in the game, but let's not pretend that your man in your life has actually went out and got you something.
It's
what, Chris? What?
I brought up a similar question this morning.
Uh-huh.
on our show on EBS.
Right.
I mine was more what was the worst.
What's the worst gift you ever got
were
for
ever
Valentine's
given
Day?
or
Yeah.
received.
Yeah. Did you get some feedback?
We got a little online, but not a whole ton.
I just want to hear from women. It's not too late, ladies. Your man hasn't gone out and got something yet. Trust me, he hasn't. That's how guys operate. We'll get it on the way home from work today. But do you want the flowers? Do you want the chocolates? Do you want the dinner? What do you want, ladies? Help us fellas out just to make y'all happy. I'm going to be in so much trouble. 661-842-5376. If you want to call in or text at any time, you are free to do so. You can also drop it in the chat in YouTube. I'll get those out as well. You said we have a phone call already, sir?
We do, yeah.
Who do you got?
Craig is on the line.
Craig, you're on the JR show. Welcome.
Hey, JR.
How's it going?
Oh, going good. I'm calling. I hope that I can change your mind.
All right.
I'm in my 70s, and I've got a story, a real quick one to tell you.
Yeah.
I heard your piece about if your daughter were to call you from jail, that you'd pick her up the next day.
I didn't say I'd pick her up the next day, Craig. I just said
I've got a story. Unless you've been guaranteed that your daughter's in a solitary cell, there was a father many years ago. This came out of another state, but it doesn't matter the state.
Right.
I think it was Tennessee. The father got the call, did the same thing you said you'd do, left the boy in the jail overnight, was going to get him in the morning, and he had himself a dead son in the morning, killed by another prisoner. If they're not, you know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Guarantee what goes on in that jail cell.
I understand that.
I would rethink. Maybe take the car away for a couple months, no electronics, but I would not do that.
Don't leave her in jail, huh, Craig?
Well, that's a true story, and I'm sure it's happened more than once, I bet.
Oh, I'm sure it has.
You have a young kid, first time.
I'll tell that.
In a jail cell with somebody who's been in there, in and out, said the wrong word, didn't like the way you looked at him. So anyway, I hope you rethink that.
I'll tell my daughter that story, and hopefully that'll be enough to keep her out of jail. But I don't think I'll have to worry about it, Craig. I appreciate the advice, though. I really do.
Okay.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for calling in. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, bye.
Love you too. See, it's a Love Friday, Chris. It's the day before Valentine's Day. I love you, Chris.
Yeah.
That hurt. Wow, that hurt. I've gotten into a routine. I don't know if a lot of people know this. Greg Kerr from KVAK does a show right next door to us. This is from 12 to 2 on our sister station, KGEO Sports Talk, 1230 AM, 101.1 FM. And so we're crossing in the hallways. And his son, Kyle Kerr, does produce his dad's show. And so I would hear them leaving the studio and saying, all right, Kyle, I love you, Kyle. And I just got into the habit of telling Greg, I love you, Greg, as a joke, but now it's turned into like a real thing. Like, no, I love you, Greg. What's up, man? Have a good day. I love you. And he'll say it too. He'll walk by and say, love you, JR. It's a loving Friday. So whatever. You don't have to tell me back, Chris. I know how you feel about me, for real. But if you guys want to send love to somebody, we'll be more than happy to call your crush as well. If you guys want us to call your crush and wish them a happy Valentine's Day, we'll do that too for you. All courtesy of the JR Show. 661-842-5376, 661-842-K. Oh boy, I shouldn't have said that. They're already calling. Oh gosh, 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. Before we go to the break and get Mr. Jim Wheeler in here with Flood Ministries, I did want to discuss some things. I got into. Well, let's define love, since we're talking about love. Let's define love according to the Bible, and this is what love, and this is how we should apply it, not only to those around us, but just in our everyday life. And I just thought this was important. Love is patient. This is Corinthians, by the way, 4:13. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. That's all. You could interpret that any way you choose to. Do we have another phone call, sir?
Oh, we do, yeah.
Who you got?
Mike is on the line.
Mike, you're on the JR show. What's up, my friend?
Hey, JR, what women want, I'm willing to bet is
Oh boy,
help with the
Mike.
housework.
Oh, don't get yourself in trouble here, Mike.
no, because help with the housework and vacation. Okay, they don't have to be on Valentine's Day, but there you go.
Help with the housework and on vacation. What do you mean? Like
Well,
moms
no,
tend to
and take them on vacation.
Oh, take them on vacation. I thought you meant help on vacation because when we're on vacation, we tend to kind of let the moms do all the work anyways, don't we?
Maybe.
Maybe.
But having said that, I long since told my wife way back before we got married,
Mhm.
and I've been married 36 years to her.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. She's been married to me for 54.
Yeah, she's
Anyone who puts up with me gets time and a half credit.
Right.
For,
You get time served.
yeah, it's kind of like hazard pay or overtime sort of thing. But I long ago told her that the one day she will never get flowers or gifts from me is Valentine's Day, because I do not need FTD florists or Hallmark cards or C's chocolates or anyone to tell me to be romantic to my wife.
That's
So I
right.
bring her flowers for no reason, but I will not bring her flowers on Valentine's Day.
That's a good man, Mike. Yeah, send her flowers just because. Just one day randomly,
exactly.
out of nowhere. Not because it's a birthday, an anniversary, or a special day, just because. And women will spoon all over you for the next week.
I bought flowers. Someone said, "Oh, what's the occasion?" I said, "No, nothing. Just bring them home." She said, "Oh, you got some apologizing to do?" I'm like,
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Bought flowers.
And that's how rare that is, though, Mike. And that's why when it does happen, women appreciate it so much more.
Oh, there we go. Maybe that's why she's put up with me.
Well, you're doing something right, Mike, if you've been married that long. Congratulations, sir. And thanks for listening, man. Appreciate it.
All right.
661. Bye-bye, Mike. 661-842-5376, 661-842-KR. And now Chris is all done. See, I opened up the phone lines for Valentine's Day, and now everybody wants to jump in. I gotcha. We'll get to you guys here. 661-842-5376, 661-842-KR. And you can just text, too. You don't have to talk to Chris. We got to take a break here. But we'll try to get you guys on, or at least your comments anyways. We'll go to break. We got Jim Wheeler coming in. He is with the Flood Ministries after not just yesterday's show and the past weeks and the past couple of weeks with the discussion of homelessness taking center stage at the last two city council meetings. We'll discuss what Flood Ministry does, what they see on the streets, and what some solutions might be. Coming up next, it's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be right back.
News Talk 96.1
If he's here.
AM 1180 KERN. The Ralph Bailey Show. Weekdays from 3 till 6 p.m.
Dwayne Maxwell is trying to bargain with Congress. She's taking the fifth, but now she's claiming she'll talk.
Do they want gifts? Do women want gifts for Valentine's Day?
100 victims.
That's the
and
question.
You're telling me that
Do women want gifts for Valentine's Day? Do they? Do they really? Like, come on, ladies. Do you or don't you? All right, I got to go grab Jim.
Something off the menu from Casey's Steakhouse. You're wondering, where am I? I am at 2525 F Street, the Stockyard. Little speakeasy located right next to Casey's Steakhouse. From the folks that brought you Casey's Steakhouse. Go over there, you're going to see the rope, the red carpet, ring the bell. They're going to ask you the password. Tell them, why not JR? Then be prepared to relax. I need some Friday. Wonderful, relaxing weekend. And I would know the Stockyard, 2525 F Street. Come on down and join me. The make sure you tell them the password. Why not JR? It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you? Skyrizi, this is Dupixent Bruzet that helps you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Are the rising waters of expenses and debt threatening to drown you? Many people try to stay afloat by borrowing more money or using debt settlement programs, but those can take years. If you're trapped under credit card debt, medical bills, payday loans, or buy now, pay later plans, Chapter 7 bankruptcy could free you much sooner in about 4 months and for a fraction of the cost. Stop the harassing calls and letters, rebuild your credit quickly, and clear the way for
We'll do that right now.
a clean slate. Consumer Chapter 7 bankruptcies are all we do. We can help you erase credit card debt, medical bills, personal loans, even past due utility bills. Find out if you qualify at no cost, with no obligation. Go to csbk.com. This is an attorney advertiser. Your results may vary, and final results do not guarantee.
Adaptive networks. Adaptive networks. I hope they're watching. I hope you're watching, Jen. Oh, we're calling him. He's not even coming in.
On News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180.
He wants us to call him.
Now, back to the JR Show.
Woo. And one of them cried out to him, "Oh Lord, remember me. Will the Lord remember me when I to go? I crossed Chile Sea. I still show, yeah, yes, my. I'm sorry, I can just listen to the Red Clash. I can listen to that song. I was listening to it earlier today. I didn't even tell Chris to play that. Oh, I love that song. Love that song so much. Love. I know. YouTube will shut us down. They'll just stop the live video and be like, this guy's just performing. What is he doing in here? 661. And plus, y'all don't want to hear me sing. You really don't. 661-842-5376. 661-842-KERN. And apparently we're calling Jim Wheeler. I thought he was coming in, but we're going to call him over the phone. So we'll give him a call here in just a second. But before we do that, I said I would call some people, and Mr. Leary wanted us to make a phone call. Is that who you're going to call right now? Anthony Leary had called in and wanted to know if we could call his mother, who is Miss Deborah Leary, and wish her a happy Valentine's Day. I love the Leary family and Deborah Leary. She is a great woman, does work in the homeless sector at St. Vincent de Paul Homeless Center. Just a great person in the community. Hello, is this Miss Deborah Leary? Well, hello, Miss Deborah Leary. This is JR from the JR Show, and you're on Kern Radio as we speak. So just watch your mouth now. I know you're a good Catholic woman, so I shouldn't have to warn you, but we just wanted to call and wish you a happy Valentine's Day. Somebody was listening and said they wanted to do that, and so we obliged because you are one of our favorite people in the community. Thank you. Yeah. Of course you were.
Yeah, I was listening to you sing earlier.
Ah.
What did you do with the money that your mother
I went and wasted it on terrible things, Deborah. Terrible things. Bad. Thanks for the compliment. Yeah, you get to watch and you get to see all the fun stuff. How are things? Yeah, of course. Well, this is your present, Deborah. I'm sorry. This is it. This is all you get. I don't know what to tell you. This is it. But Anthony's a good kid every once in a while, so give him a break.
Today's a good day. So
today is a good day. Any day that we're here is a good day, right? In the presence of the Lord, we're doing all right.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Are you ready for Ash Wednesday and the upcoming
Yes, I am.
upcoming holy Lent and all that?
Ash Wednesday and I am.
All right.
So the good Lord has been good to me, so I will do all the right things during Lent.
His kindness and mercy and grace exceed no bounds, Mrs. Leary.
That's right.
And we can always find comfort in that.
That's right.
Right?
Sometimes it's hard to find though, but it will always shine through.
It will. When you need it most.
For religion on Friday. What?
It's a faithful Friday. We got to do that. Well, happy Valentine's today to you. And thank you for the work that you do in the community. I know there's a lot going on with the discussions that are happening at City Council and people saying different things. And I don't want those things those comments and statements that are getting a lot of attention to take away from the good things that are being done, because there are good things being done. And I hope it seems like it's being pitted us versus them kind of a thing. And I don't want it to be that way. I think
we have to be open to new ways of doing things.
Right. And that's not to say we need to throw away the things that we're doing. A lot of those things are working, and there's people that need those services that provide at St. Vincent de Paul, that Carlos provides at the Mission, that Lauren provides at Open Door Network, the outreach that Jim Wheeler and Flood Ministries does.
Oh, absolutely.
Those are all needed.
Wonderful. Yes, they do.
And so yeah, they do. And so do you. And I applaud you and your team over there and the work that you guys do. I really do. And I hope that people are paying attention that's not what we're saying. We're not saying do away with these services. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
all you can do is you can offer service, you can provide service, but not everyone is going to take advantage of them. We've got to take care of those that will receive it.
Yep.
The good news or the things the good Lord's provided us. But there are those people who are never going to be ready for that.
Yeah.
And we have to live with that. We have to recognize it and live with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and accept it and go, hey, it's not that I don't love that person still. No, I love them enough that I want to compel them to be better, right? So, and sometimes it's different roads to get to that path.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you.
And JR, you need to keep, and I really appreciate the fact that you keep very active on what's going on with City Council and Board of Supervisors, because we need the advocates to let our elected officials know what we need.
It's important. It's important. It's important that we pay attention. I think that's where we can make the biggest difference sometimes, is at least on the local level. It's where we have a say still.
Absolutely. If you don't go and vote, then don't complain.
That's right. Well, happy Valentine's Day to you, Mrs. Leary.
And to you, JR, and be very good to that daughter, and
of course
any other lucky female in your life.
I am very blessed. The Lord looks favorable upon me, Mrs. Leary. Thank you so much. I love you and all of your family. Have a happy weekend, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thank you. We got to get to a break. Jim Wheeler with Flood Ministries coming up next. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be right back. I thought Jim was coming in. I had snacks. Had snacks ready, adjusted the camera.
Peters in Washington.
All that. It has it all ready for you, Jim. It's all right. We're going to call Jim.
Shortly after visiting with troops in Fort Bragg, North Carolina on Friday, and after he confirmed earlier in the day that he's deploying a second aircraft carrier group to the Mideast for potential military action against Iran. Federal authorities have opened a criminal probe into whether two immigration officers lied in their own about a as all charges were dropped against two.
Got to go get some more blood next week. Got to go get some more blood next week.
Director Todd Lyons said Saturday that his agency had opened a joint probe with the Justice.
We're going to readjust, guys. Sorry. Sorry. Just a little bit of readjustment.
From the KERN Newsroom, your Atlanta local news update on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
A felon accused of attempted murder in Salem caught in Bakersfield, say Salem police. Daniel Ray Myers is
Just a little bit of an adjustment. Don't attempt to adjust your televisions. We'll do it for you. We'll do it for you.
years on a murder rap. A 63-year-old man was killed in a wreck yesterday evening on Lake
And no, it's not a wig. It's all mine. I got to get to Houchin next week. Oh, look, I got Girl Scout cookies in here, guys. Girl Scout cookies, some of my favorite, the lemonades from our Girl Scout that we had on the other day. Houchin just sent me a text message that says all successful platelet donations from February 17th through February 21st will have the opportunity to choose one of the following: a $50 gift card, or support local Girl Scout Troop 8009 and get one box of cookies. I might just take the Girl Scout cookies. Just saying. Just saying. I'm making my appointment right now. Right now. I was just in. I still got my track marks. I shouldn't say it like that, JR. Goodness gracious, man. Goodness gracious. All right, we're making an appointment. I'm going to show you how fast it takes. I could do it in the time that we get back, before we get back from break. What did that say? The dates between February 17th and April 21st. Oh, they're closed on Monday, so I'll have to go next Friday, the 20th. And we're going to go in next Friday at 3:30, but we're going to get there early. I already can punch in all my stuff, sign in. They got all my information, confirm. Boom. My appointment is scheduled for Houchin for next Friday. Go give some platelets and get some Girl Scout cookies up in her. And some La Rosa. Some La Rosa. They also got La Rosa ice cream bars. So it's my favorite plate. It's my favorite part.
6.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Now, back to the JR Show.
When everyone else around me is, oh.
Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. Check us out online, currentradio.com. Download that Current Radio app to your smart device. Take us on the go. Plus, watch us on YouTube. Just head over to YouTube, search up Current Radio. Watch us live every single day right here from the Current Radio studios, powered by Adaptive Networks. For all your IT needs, call Adaptive 661-241-0638. 661-241-0638. It's Adaptive Networks. If you're not watching, you don't understand why I'm saying it like that, but it's funny if you're watching, right? Am I lining it up
My
right?
issue is I can't see the angle right now.
Adaptive Networks. We love the folks over at Adaptive Networks. I want to welcome our next guest in. He is the executive director over at Flood Ministries, an outreach that is out on the streets every single day, meeting people exactly where they are, out on the streets. And so if anybody sees firsthand what is going on, it's the folks at Flood Ministries and our next guest, Mr. Jim Wheeler. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Thank you, JR. Just in the spirit of Valentines and 1 Corinthians 13, I want you to know that I love you, my brother in Christ, and think you're a wonderful person. And I hope that our communication yesterday I hope it wasn't reflective of how much respect I have for you, and appreciate you very much.
Oh, of course not, Jim. I love you as my brother. It's funny. I started the show, or it's not funny. It's coincidence or not coincidence, whether you believe it or not. I started the show by reading Corinthians 13:4. What love is. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love, you know what I mean? Going all the way down, and trying to understand and go, okay, this is love. This is what love looks like. And here's how we're supposed to walk out in love every day. No, don't ever feel like you can't come to me, Jim, and send me a message and just say what you're feeling. I'll never ever. We've been around each other long enough to be able to have those kinds of conversations and not get upset with each other. And that's what we need. You know what I mean? Those are the conversations. They're going to be hard ones. They are, and sometimes we're going to say things maybe wrong, but what we're saying necessarily probably isn't wrong. I don't know. We'll get to all that in a second, but I want to give you an opportunity for the folks that don't know what Flood Ministries is or the work that you guys do. Just explain some of the things that you guys are involved in.
Well, this year we're celebrating our 20th anniversary. We are on the front lines. We do a couple different things really well. We first and foremost, we do street outreach. So every day our teams are out on the front lines. We're on the Kern River, we're downtown, we're out through all 8,200 square miles of Kern County, trying to engage with people who are homeless, unsheltered, and getting them connected to resources, getting them, hopefully getting them into some kind of shelter or stable housing situation. And, we don't believe that people should be living on the street, and we don't think that's ideal for them, even if they think that's not the case. We believe that they shouldn't be unsheltered and shouldn't be on the street and shouldn't be in their situation, and that there are opportunities and resources available to them. And so our goal is to make sure that we communicate with them. And then also people who do get off the street and get into stable housing, we walk alongside them and we make sure that they stay in their stable housing so that they, pay their PG&E, they manage their money, they do everything they need to do to become vital and important citizens of our community. And so that's really our area of focus.
And that work is so important, Jim. It's probably some of the most important work we can do in the homeless sector, because a lot of times there's difficult people that aren't willing to accept the resources that are available to them. And we've had many discussions over the years about how many points of contact that it takes just to build trust that they'll have conversations with you.
Absolutely. If somebody's been on the street for 10 years, they don't trust the system, they don't trust anybody else, and they're traumatized by their homelessness. And maybe they've made poor decisions to get in the situation they're at. But it never ceases to amaze me when somebody comes to us and says, I'm sick of it. I'm tired of being in this lifestyle. I want to get help. And, we want to make sure that we're there when they make that decision, so that we can help them and navigate them through the system of care, so that they get access to the right resources they need, so that they're no longer a burden on society, and they're no longer, building encampments on the Kern River or downtown or whatever, and that they become an effective member of our society.
Or they're not hurting themselves. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it's we're dealing with a lot of things. You're out there every day, Jim, and I know you see different walks of life out there on the streets, whether it is the people that are down on their luck and hit hard times and maybe ended up on the streets, and we have, a lot of those people that are out there. I don't say that those people don't exist, right? And then you have people that are dealing with mental health issues. You have people that are dealing with substance abuse issues. And then you have another element that's a criminal element, in my opinion, that it's sad that, and I know you've heard the comments of City Councilman Zach Bashir Tash, and I know you've been listening to the show, so you've heard the things that I've been trying to discuss. And I think what we lose is when we're talking about these discussions and we say homelessness, and all of a sudden there's just, and I've explained it, a blanket that falls over the entire community of homelessness. And I'll ask you, I think you probably know best, that's not the case. Every single person out there has a different story of how they ended up on the street.
I agree, and so that was, and I don't know Bashir Tash, council member. I've actually reached out to him to meet with him and to have a conversation. I'd love to know his story. He talked about how he used to work on Skid Row, and I think that would be great for us to be able to connect. Most of the council members and supervisors have come to Flood and done, they've gone along on a tour and a ride along, and it helps them to understand the work that we're doing. And so I guess my think my frustration, JR, was with what I listened to your whole show yesterday. I was at the meeting on Wednesday night. My frustration is that it tends, even though what you expressed just a minute ago is exactly right. It's not every situation is the same, and it needs to be a little bit more nuanced. And when we get frustrated and when we get irritated about the impact of homelessness in our community, we start to paint with a broad brush, and we start to just, like you said, it's a blanket statement, and and so I get frustrated with that because my staff, when they heard his original comments, 40% of my people that work for Flood, they were formerly homeless, and they came to me and they were devastated by that. And I think that we need to be careful that the Bible says, let your speech always be with graciousness, seasoned with salt. And sometimes I think we have a little more salt than graciousness.
There's power in the tongue, Jim.
I will admit that we have sometimes too much graciousness and not enough salt, but I think there has to be a balance there also. And so, and in the book of James, it talks about how James says, with the tongue we praise God our Father, and then at the same time we curse our fellow man who's made in the likeness of God. And so I think that I just wish we would be a little bit more nuanced in how we address the situation. And I don't want to coddle people. I don't think we should coddle people who are experiencing homelessness. And if you are homeless, I say this all the time. I go to Rotary meetings, I go to community meetings, and I say this all the time. If you are homeless, not everybody that is homeless commits a crime. But if you're homeless and you commit a crime, you should experience the consequences like everyone else. The problem is, JR, that most people aren't experiencing consequences of the crime, whether they're homelessness or not.
Or not, yeah.
And so the frustration, like Carlos and Lauren, you mentioned both of them yesterday, and myself, we would say that we think we need to do more, and that we would say that people who are on the street, who are called, quote unquote, homeless, if they are a detriment to our society and they're causing problems, they need to experience the consequences of that. And I fully support, enforcement when it comes to dealing with people who are causing problems for society. They should be, quite frankly, it should be in jail, and it would probably be good for them to be in jail so they can get access to the resources that they need. But that's not everybody.
Right.
And that's why I'm saying don't paint with a broad brush, and let's be more articulate in the language that we use so that we can we don't get everybody all fired up.
I think the way that Councilman Bashir Tash said it was wrong. I don't think what he was I understand what he was trying to say, but I also understand why people got upset by it. You're absolutely right. The tongue holds the power of life and death.
Proverbs 18. Yes,
it does. And the way we have to start having these discussions is breaking it down and saying, no, this is who we're talking about. We're not talking about just the homeless in general. We're talking about a certain sector of society that's living amongst the homeless people because
Absolutely.
they are there and they do exist. And not only that, but they probably victimize some of those people that you guys are trying to help the most. When
Exactly.
they're at their lowest, you guys probably go, we're with you, and that's kind of what I'm hearing you say. I'm with you. Just rephrase the way we're shaping this conversation.
So that's so right on, JR, and I'm so glad you said that. I had a lady come into her office. She's an elderly lady, probably 65 to 70 years old, and she had a broken arm. And she was there in our office. She's been homeless, and she was attacked by someone else who was supposedly homeless, who stole her items and stole her and attacked her physically. And she is the type of person that we want to help. The person that attacked her, I want that person in jail. I want them to suffer the consequences of their actions. And so I know that it seems like the homeless service provider system is, we're all mamby-pamby and we don't want anybody to suffer any consequences for their actions. That's just not true.
Yeah. It seems like, and I don't know, I don't want to go, the media, the news. I'm a part of the media. I'm a part of the news. So I like to think that we don't do those kinds of things where it's headlines. We're going to throw up headlines, and then we're going to go and, like, as soon as Zach did that at the city council meeting, the news was knocking on your guys' door the next day, almost to where it was like asking you to defend yourself. You know what I mean? And that's not the way I want this conversation to come across, at least for me. I can't speak for the councilman, but that's not the way that I want the conversation to be had. You know what I mean?
No, and I appreciate that, and that's why I say I that's why I reached out to you, because, like I said, I was a pastor for 17 years, and I have a shepherd's heart, and so I felt bad for my staff and for the people that we're really helping and that need the resources. But I do understand. We've had our vehicles at Flood. We've had, I don't know how much. We spent tens of thousands of dollars on vehicle repairs from people breaking windows, stealing catalytic converters, breaking windows on our building, and recently stealing gas out of our gas tanks, and so I sorry for my language. I guess we're just talking about the tongue, but that ticks me off, right?
It does.
It ticks me off, and I don't want that person out there terrorizing the community. But I also know that there are people who are also being victimized by those folks who are unsheltered and homeless, and so that's why I'm saying it's more, the issue is more nuanced than to paint a broad brush. And I don't hold the council member. I don't blame him for his frustration. I really don't. I mean, when I spoke at the city council the other night, I didn't address his comments specifically. I just was there to defend my people and the system as a whole, because I do think we're doing a good job in making a difference, even though it doesn't seem like it.
And let's even go further and say, not all crime that's being done, all those property crimes, aren't all necessarily done by homeless people either.
They're not.
Right? When you have people stealing catalytic converters, when you have people taking gas, those aren't necessarily homeless people. But I think sometimes we get caught up in all these property crimes are happening by homeless people. And so we have to be careful when we do that as well, I think, because in the end, I also want that criminal to get help, Jim. Like I truly do. He is a human being as well. He might be committing a crime and breaking the law, but I want him to get help too. I had a caller say, JR, I heard your promo say you would leave your daughter in jail, but how long do I allow her to get away with those things before I let her hit the bottom and realize the consequences of her actions? I can't just keep allowing that kind of behavior.
Well, the good news, JR, is if she went to jail, she'd probably be out in about 12 hours.
Yeah, well,
so don't have to worry about that. That's a whole other issue, right?
Well, I think it's part of the issue. Some of that is part of the issue.
I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you. Like I said, I say it all the time, and I truly mean it. Not all of the quality of life crimes are being committed by people experiencing homelessness. But if someone is homeless and they're committing a crime, they should expect to suffer the consequences like everybody else. And we should hold them accountable for their actions like everybody else.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. it's these kinds of conversations that I hope that we continue to have, to where at least we can come to some agreements and say, yeah, Zach was wrong. He was probably wrong in the way that he worded it, in the way that he presented it, and the way that he painted this broad brush. We have to be smarter about the way we're talking about these things. That's what I hope we can all come to the table with.
And that's all I would say to him is just, hey, you know, you're not wrong in everything you said. Just I would be more careful. And you know, the part that frustrated me, and I think, you know, Lent is coming up, and I think I'm going to have to do no social media for 40 days, because when people make comments like that, it just sends, you know, it fires up people who I don't want to. I know the Bible says you're not supposed to judge people's motives, but it fires up people who are not very nice.
Yeah.
And you know, you would be surprised about my politics. I call myself a bleeding heart libertarian. I don't, you know, I really do. And you'd be surprised at how what my politics are. But I would probably agree with a lot of the council member on some issues. But you just have to be careful about how we have to be I'm not woke, and I don't believe in political correctness, but you just need to think about how you say things, because that can cause repercussions that you did not intend. And I think that would be a good lesson for the council member.
Oh yeah, and it can be misconstrued of what you're actually trying to say.
Right.
It takes away from it almost. I always tell people, as soon as we start, like if I'm having a conversation with anybody on any topic, as soon as we get into the name calling or the personal attacks, I'm out. I'm done. The conversation's over, and it's no longer productive. And so I could see where when he's throwing out words like degenerate or these things, I could see how people would be offended by those. And we need to at least come to the table with understandings about how we talk about these things and who exactly we are talking about.
Agreed 100%.
Awesome. I thank you for your time, Mr. Wheeler. I thank you for all the work that you and your team does over there. Like, I know the outreach is so important, meeting people where they are. That's what Jesus tells us to do. And you guys are doing that every single day. Not only that, but the people that you're out there touching and meeting lives, you're turning around and you're employing them. You're giving them an opportunity to give to what somebody gave to them, and going out and meeting those people where they are as well. So I just applaud the work that you do. It's very, very needed. And I hope that we can continue to at least build and work together to solutions.
Thank you, JR. I really appreciate this. This has been very cathartic for me, because yesterday was pretty hot under the collar. But thank you so much for the opportunity to talk about this with you. And, you know, I do love you, my brother, and appreciate you. And thank you for all that you do.
I love you too, sir. You have a great weekend. I'm sure we'll get together soon, and we'll get some coffee or something and catch up. Okay, Jim?
Sounds good.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for your time today. Mr. Jim Wheeler, he is the executive director of Flood Ministries. Those are the kinds of conversations we need to be having. Not getting loud at city council meetings, not inviting people to city council meetings to speak, not pitting each other against each other, not forcing each other to pick sides, realizing that we all need to stand together to solve the problem. I appreciate Jim Wheeler's willingness to come on and discuss and being open and honest about it. Got to get to a break. Get out of here. Take your guys' messages, 661-842-5376. It's a 3-day weekend. We'll be off on Monday, kind of, sort of, maybe. We'll see. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be right back.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. The Ralph Bailey Show, weekdays from 3 till 6 p.m.
Pam Bondi, the Attorney General.
I'm going to turn around and see what you guys are saying. I'm going to turn around and see what you guys are saying. Let's go. Let's go from the beginning. Go get him, long-haired brother. That's right, Ray. Got to keep it flowing as long as I got it. The sign reveal was everything. Huh? I hope they liked it. At my wife's Valentine's gift. I am my wife's Valentine's gift, Sergio. Hey, Sergio, I actually saw your wife picking up your daughter at school the other day. I recognized your daughter. And where do I know this little girl from? And then your wife says bye, and then she actually told me who she was. So I was, and I'm only standing up because I want to show off the shirt. Bow, bow. But yeah, I got to meet your wife. Jewelry, worst gift, no gift. Jewelry, shoes, purses, makeup, perfume, and flowers and chocolate. All of it. Stephen Holmes, I want to know what you did, retracted. What's up, Chris Orr? Good afternoon, gentlemen. It's a beautiful day. Yes, it is. Get outside, ride a bike, get some exercise, take a walk. Turn studio back up, please. I know, I'm sorry. My husband is recovering from quadruple heart bypass. Angela, I got my Valentine's Day gift day during the surgery and operated. Goodness gracious. I'll be praying for his recovery, Angela. God bless your old man. Can't hear Mrs. I know. Jim Willard, thank you. No, thank you, Jim. I appreciate that time, man. Let's donate blood, JR. I've never done it. Let's do it. I heard you're clear. The doctor said you could. Sergio, I'll be there next Friday. Let me know what day you're free. Oh, I was going to say you're off Monday, but Houchin is closed on Monday, so we can't go do it on Monday. I saw a guy thoroughly enjoying his road. I saw that too. Anthony. Kern County activities. Howard Dean. There would be much less homelessness in the United States if U.S. Army recruiting marches were still supported in cities, public parks, coercing civilians to get information like in the 1920s. I have to admit, I enlisted because it kept me out of the gutter. Oh, we're going to have a good weekend, you guys. We're going to have a beautiful weekend before the weather comes into play. Enjoy it. Get outside. Just love on people. Just take the weekend to love on people. My headphone broke. That's funny. Welcome back. You see that? Everybody on YouTube can see my headphone hanging. Welcome back. It's because I got too much hair inside of the beanie and it doesn't all fit properly, and now it couldn't contain everything, Chris. It's just like this world. It cannot contain me. I'm too much for it sometimes. I'm trying to fix my headphones. 661-842-5376. Read a text message if we have one in there while I fix this.
I just got
please.
one here. It
go ahead.
says, why do Christians celebrate Valentine's?
Well, as you guys know, why do Christians, in my opinion, celebrate any holidays? So I'm right there with you, brother. I don't understand. I'll go as far as to say, why, and you've heard me do it. Why are we celebrating Christmas?
Don't you do it?
Why are we celebrating Christmas? Why are we celebrating this holiday? Why are we celebrating Easter? Why are we celebrating all these pagan religion holidays?
Because pagan stuff is fun.
Paganism. All the Gentiles, heathens. 661. Yeah, I don't know. Like the caller Mike said earlier, give your loved ones love every single day, and when Valentine's Day comes, you won't have anything to worry about. Now, I, as a guy, know that that's a crock of, because every woman in your life is expecting you to get her something on Valentine's Day. She can say it all she wants. I don't want anything, babe. She's lying. You better get her those flowers. You better do something. Because if you don't, she'll pretend like it didn't matter until that next fight happens. And then what is she going to do? She's going to bring up how you didn't get her anything on Valentine's Day. It's trying to help you out, fellas. Don't follow my lead. Just take my advice. That's all. 661-842-KRN. I got to get out of here for the day. It is a 3-day weekend. We'll be off on Monday for President's Day. You guys out there on a 3-day weekend, enjoy that. Enjoy the weather. It's going to be beautiful outside. Go for a walk, take a bike ride. Just spread love all weekend long. How about that? Chris, I love you. Still.
I was just messing with you. Love you too.
Thank you, Chris. I got to get out of here for the day. Make room for the Ralph Bailey Show. It is a Friday. Rick Bentley with KGET will talk entertainment. This has been the JR Show. Lily, Dad loves ya. That was great. And you know what? I love all of you guys out there.
96.1
Girls, without you guys watching and listening and participating, this wouldn't happen every day. So I appreciate it.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm
Have a good
Keith
weekend.
Peters in Washington. A second U.S. aircraft carrier is being sent to the Middle East as tensions with Iran remain.